roads are...
That's what the aliens want.
They can't. Maybe the aliens. Right.
What?
The prostitute story.
I'm talking
You
about
ready?
ass. What are you talking about,
Prostitute story. You guys ready? Are you ready for this? Bondage? I'm in.
I should be able to hire my own tweaker to beat up another tweaker.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a morning.
It's finally morning with the boys.
It's definitely morning with the boys today. It's blizzarding out.
Man, yeah, I drifted the second to last corner before I got here. I'd been doing good the whole time until I come around that corner, hit the brakes, and just started like going right towards the pole. And like I told you outside, if I didn't know, because with the front wheel drive car, you have to give it gas to get those front tires spinning. Even if they're spinning, you got to get them moving.
Say that again for the people who have no idea how to drive in Montana.
Yes, a front wheel drive car, if you are sliding towards something, you need to give it gas. Holding the brake is just going to continue you in a slide.
So counterintuitive. I understand. When you're sliding, you hit the brakes, you want to stop, but you actually have to do the opposite.
Yeah. Turn away from what you're going for and hit the gas.
I watched a hilarious video of this guy in a Toyota, and he's like, ugh, these stupid heavy vehicles all sinking in the snow. They can't drive around whatsoever. And then he goes up the hill, and he's like, oh, well, there's so much for that. And he just goes right through a fence.
Oh, no. It's
stupid heavy vehicles can't get through the snow. Oh, there goes that idea.
Right in. It's bad out there, though, man. Holy cow.
I literally just trying to drop my son off at school. I mean, not at school, but at his mom's house was just, it was terrible.
And that's just right around the corner.
Literally. DJ, can we get a quick update on how we sounding over there?
I noticed we got the fans going, and it's blowing our backdrop around. Come on. There you go.
You want to kill that real quick?
Yeah, I'll get up and kill it. I got it. Don't worry, DJ. I got it. Yeah, I'm not worried about the noise, but it's blowing our stuff all over the place.
There we go. Forgot about those little simple things.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, since it's the top of the hour, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, and if you haven't, go check out some of these wing videos we've done. Mandus is just taking off a little bit there. Kind of excited. It's got over 70 views on it.
Yeah.
That's pretty shit. What up, Mitchell?
Our best one. Definitely our best one.
We got Montana Block Company here with us. Hey, if you guys need some fine butcher blocks and everything, he's the man to go check out. Top-notch quality.
Man, we actually
I got mine.
Yeah, we used that, our cutting board, so much this over the holidays. We did our ham, cut our ham on it. We did cut our prime rib on it. Yeah, and that's a big one my brother's got. It's beautiful. Yeah, so yeah, if you guys Montana Block Company, go check them out.
Most definitely.
I
and
really like
we're giving shout outs right now. Don't forget 2 Men in a Truck, our first sponsor.
Hey, yeah.
For all your moving needs.
The best sponsor. But I really like that island he did. You know, that 36-inch tall, like kind of like a mobile island. So like for something like your kitchen, right? It would be amazing.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But his work is so beautiful that it would just make the rest of the kitchen look like shit here.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, like, everybody would walk in and be like, God, it looks like shit in here, but look at that butcher block.
Ooh, big barbecue at the shop next few weeks.
Bam.
Sweet. That's cool.
We're going to a barbecue. We're bringing the film crew, just so you know, Mitchell.
Yeah, I hope you're
just
all
kidding,
right
just
with
kidding.
that. Hope you're all right with that.
Exciting stuff, though. We went and played some Ark last night. We're going to be figuring out how to get that uploaded onto another aspect of the channel. It was slow going, and we didn't really accomplish much, but we did figure out how to actually play with each other.
Yeah, and it's actually
It wasn't as gay as that.
that it's kind of cool because the only way we've found that we can join each other because we're on different platforms is by finding a random server that has no people in it. So it's like it will be. I think it would be fun to join one that actually has some active people in it, so that they see that people joined, and then they're like, "Who is this new tribe that just showed up?" They would definitely be coming for us,
100%.
but
We
it
gotta
would be kind of cool.
let us figure out how to play the game enough, and then
Yeah.
100% we will go and raid.
I was talking to EJ and Billy about it. It's that map is tough because we're getting attacked by level 150 raptors as soon as we load in. Like there's no safe zone,
Hey,
right?
welcome to real life, bitch.
Welcome to
There
real
is
life.
no safe zone in real life.
True that.
That's
There's no safe space.
once in a while you're out there just meandering Billings, and you will get attacked by a raptor.
Huh?
It's a Ford Raptor, but
Either that or a Ford Mustang, one of the two.
something. So keep your eyes peeled. It's real life.
It would also be better if we spawned together and not
100%.
so far away from each other that we're trying to just like.
But
fight
once
each
again,
other.
like real life, some people are spawned.
No, dude.
Look at Bryce, for instance. He was from Lewistown.
Yeah.
Somehow found each other. You, luckily, were just around the block. It was pretty easy to find you.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty. See what I mean? But
You see how much better it was when we were right next to each other starting?
and there was already a path built in between our two houses because other people had walked it for years.
Oh, that's so perfect.
Yeah, there was no raptors in our neighborhood. Actually, there were down.
No.
There was that one meth house that blew up when we were
Mm.
kids.
But there was definitely, I wouldn't say a raptor.
No,
We had some hot rods.
Yeah, it's pretty safe over there.
We had a lot of pigs. Oh, you mean this old cow? Smacks his wife.
Dang, that was a thing, dude. I've definitely heard that. Oh,
Your mom's a
shit.
fat cow.
Oh,
We're
dude,
bringing up old Montana sayings that you heard growing up.
I said the funniest shit to my dad the other day. So he's sitting there like kind of talking. Logan is like a little bit talking shit to my dad, kind of like pretending to punch him.
Nice.
And I was like, watch out, Logan. I'm pretty sure my dad can beat up your dad. And then it took my dad like a good 2 minutes, right? He's like oh, and then just starts, it took me a minute to get it. That's fucking funny. It's like, it felt so cool, dude. It was such a good one.
That's still funny. I mean, to give the old man his props still, yeah.
Yeah, because then,
He got me.
then he thought about it. He's like, oh, yeah, you're probably right. I probably could. It's like, yeah, definitely, Dad. You could still whoop my ass.
Yeah. I mean,
But it took
your brother could give him a run for his money for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Your brother
100%.
might hurt him at this point.
Yeah.
Your brother does have like that little bit of freak in him when he does get really, really pissed off. He can.
He sees red a little bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
like DJ a little bit.
Man.
Gotta watch out. He'll get you.
I did get a little mad at Madden yesterday.
How mad is Madden? How maddening was Madden?
How maddening. Just to the point where I was like, not really yelling, but speaking up enough to where my brother could hear me from his living room.
Mm.
What was that? Like, oh, I'm wide open. Because I play as a single character, right? Because I'm not good at playing quarterback.
Mm.
I tried the other day with Josh Allen. I threw 10 interceptions in one game. I'm trying one of the new passing styles as well.
But
So it's not
okay,
classic.
so what are your standard? Are you running out routes? You running slants? You running flies?
I mean,
what are you
I'm
running?
doing a little mixture of both, and trying to hit them on their timing. But I've never been good at like quickly deciding, oh, that needs to be a low pass or that needs to be a high pass, and then I'm trying the new passing mechanic where you steer the ball a little bit before you throw it. So I'm sure that's probably why I'm throwing so many interceptions.
But I guess if you can
but-
start and get good on this, level of things, it probably
Yeah, and see that's
is gonna help way beneficial in the long run. It's kind of like when I
Mm-hmm.
watch DJ and all the animating videos and all. It's like, it might not look like much right now, but as soon as he has all these mechanics and everything figured out, he's gonna be Steven Spielberg in this bitch.
Mhm. Yeah, it takes time, and yeah, like you said, if I stuck with it, I'd get better.
And with the fact that technology is rapidly evolving around you, because like even when you came into this space, how many different options are there now that weren't there when you first started streaming? I look at even just like the mics that guys have. Like I look, this is a cool thing. I mean, they have holes in tables, and then you just screw the damn thing right in there, and then the mic arm can swivel around the whole damn table.
Mm. Damn, that was pretty nice.
Yeah, I was like, I just seen that on Nate Land. Shout out Nate Bargatze, not that he needs it. It'd be cool if he ever reached out to us though.
Yeah, because I mean that's be a nice hard mounted mic stand.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how you would do two of them. I guess you could always just drill a hole in it and then,
Yeah, you just do two holes next to them, right? And then do one. One, you just have to make sure that you're not. You could still move them about 50% each.
hoping that we're not bumping mics.
Yeah.
David Tell,
Whoa.
Jeff Ross.
Oh, don't bump my mic.
You ever watch that special?
Uh-uh.
You should look that one up.
Mhm.
Bumping mics with Jeff Ross and David Tell. I've been back in my comedy pretty hard.
Yeah, I caught a little bit of the Kill Tony with Sketch.
I'm a huge Adam Ray fan
Oh,
as Dr.
yeah.
Phil, and his
Yeah.
latest one that he did was Dr. Phil. It's just
Not the
killed.
Christmas one?
that was the Christmas
Okay,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that Zach, I can't remember what his last name is, who dressed up as the Grinch. He's funny. They do a podcast, and he jokes about being so misogynistic, and he comes off that way. But I think it's fucking hilarious, especially when he's dressed up as the Grinch, man. He's they were doing one skit where he was doing speed dating or whatever. And he goes, "No low cut shirts. That's the deal. You bring girls in, low cut shirts. I get a look." It's as the Grinch. I was like, all right, yeah, it's pretty good.
Is that Jeremiah? It wasn't Jeremiah Watkins, was it?
No, that's Zach something.
I wonder his name is Zach.
We could probably look that up. Zach from who played the Grinch on the Dr. Phil special, this last one. I really want to watch his one with Dr. Phil. I've seen some clips from it, but
That was pretty damn funny. Just the back and forth that they had.
I can't remember the name of that guy's podcast. But I think if we look who dressed up as the Grinch on Dr. Phil, I think we'll get his name.
That's weird. I mean, you got to be so specific to figure out, type in what you want to find. Zach something. I wonder who this is. He must be a fresh comedian then.
Yeah,
'Cause I didn't even catch his name.
I don't even think he's not. I don't think he's a stand-up comedian.
Have you watched
No.
AI Mark Norman?
I've heard some clips from
That's
it.
Jeremiah Watkins, and he's just
Just
doing Mark Norman. Hey,
Why can't
so we're
I wish I
talking.
could remember the name of his podcast. It's
It'll come to you in a dream. You'll wake up and scream out in the middle of the night.
if I had my phone too, I'd start looking, because if I pulled my Facebook up, he'd pop up.
It was on the Dr. Phil show.
Yeah,
Not the
he-
actual Dr. Phil show.
Yeah.
Adam Ray as
Adam
Dr.
Ray's
Phil
Dr.
live.
Phil, and he was dressed up as the Grinch. You pulled it up, and I saw a picture of the situation, but it didn't pull up his name.
You pulled a picture of the situation from the Jersey Shore?
Situation? I was never a Jersey Shore fan.
I was kind of douchey at one point. So
No.
that was hilarious. Wayne Brady, that the two guys mixing the food together.
Can you
They were
just
all making the
can you
food.
just look up Adam Ray's latest video or on YouTube? It should have his name in the description for sure. Because I want to give him his proper due, because he is funny. Like I said, he acts misogynistic. I don't think he actually is that way. I'm sure off camera he's a completely different person. He's kind of putting on that misogynistic persona.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's certain people who can pull it off.
Man, my lower back is
I was
tight
like, you
today
even
for
think
some
about like it used to be so much worse back in the day. Think of guys like Rick James.
reason.
I mean, he would still get laid all the
Mhm.
time. I'm Rick James, bitch.
Rick James, bitch. Tony Hawk, Bob Riggle, Brad Williams.
That was it. Keep.
Rob Riggle, Brad Williams.
Oh, maybe it was on part 1 then. Oh, I forgot that had
He did-
Urkel on there.
He did do it in 2 parts.
There's the.
Part 2. Well, no, yeah, there's
Oh,
a
it
picture of the
shows it.
Grinch right there. Yeah, on part 2. That's weird,
Who would have thought it would be this difficult to find it?
right? If I had my phone, like I said, my phone's in my jacket over there. But if I had my phone, I should be able to find it. I know it's Zach. Zach Justice. There it is.
That is a new comedian because I've
Like I
never
said,
heard
he's
of
not even.
Justice.
I don't think he's a stand-up comedian. He's just a funny guy, a funny kid who does a podcast, and apparently he's getting in with the comedians. Like his Grinch shit is fucking hilarious, dude. Like, and he must have done multiple days where he dressed up as the Grinch because I've seen so many videos. Unless it was all on.
Oh, he's an actor. He's on. What show is he on?
He's got a podcast. Is how I've seen him.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Dropouts podcast.
Dropouts.
Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah, I know it is.
Yeah,
now.
he's
But
funny though.
He is.
I could see him getting into the comedic world.
But how old
because
is
of
he?
his-
He's got to be a kid.
Oh yeah, he's like 20. He's early 20s, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
29?
No way.
Wow.
Gotta check out
Wow.
Homeboy's skincare routine or whatever, you know? Not just take his face off.
Yeah. I need his skin.
No, I thought he was like
He
a.
might have been a Vine kid.
No, I thought he was more of like a Riz kid. I think that's what it is. I think he is super intelligent. There is that aspect to him as well.
He might have been I mean, he definitely. I've seen him pull some Rizzy stuff,
I
but
was
he's
gonna say-
also he leans into the misogynistic.
Well, he's just really good at flipping it back on people. Yeah. Now that you bring him up, I know exactly what you're talking about. And yeah, I mean, I'm not an ultra fan of him by any means, but yeah, I can see why he's making traction for sure.
Like I said, he just he pops up in my feed.
And then to even be like TikTok, right? You're in the top 2,000. Think how many people are on that platform.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge platform to
He's
even
on the
get
top
to.
2,000 of TikTok.
Yeah.
Dang. I know. I see his clips everywhere. They have a good podcast. It seems like there's a lot of good banter back and forth.
Oh yeah. Plus, I mean, he's locked into another community that's a tough one.
Well, they're down there in LA where I mean, dude, yeah, if you're in LA running a podcast,
Did you see
so many guests and stuff, all that right there?
Did you see Sonic 3?
No.
It is number 2 worldwide
Mm.
again for the second week in a row.
I did see the scene where Jim Carrey hits the cleanest running man in like the last 30 years or something, someone said.
But also, I mean, he was on In Living Color, so he was hitting the running man even back then.
But yeah, not with that song. That was clean. It was clean.
That was the one scene that I thought if anybody was not going to be a fan of the movie, it was going to be that scene because it did last forever, it seemed like.
Oh, did it? Okay. I saw a little clip that was like maybe 30, 45 seconds. It was just enough of it.
It was, well, yeah, because they do like a whole dance thing through the lasers. Yeah, it was like, all right, we can get through this and then back to some action. There's a lot of singing going on in movies right now.
Well, do you ever watched a old Disney movie, dude? A lot of singing going on back then too.
True, but even out of like, just watched the second Joker.
Mm,
That one had a bunch of singing in it.
really? That's the one
And
that you wouldn't expect to have a bunch of singing in it.
and I think that's why people weren't a fan of the movie. But honestly, I love that movie. The movie was just as good as the first one.
Haven't seen the first one yet either.
Oh, you should definitely.
Yeah,
It's a dark. I mean, I love the take on it, and the second one, the way that it ends, it just makes you go like, oh, so the first one doesn't even matter whatsoever.
Mm.
But you would, I mean, you really get to take a step inside of a guy who's just been tortured his whole life.
Yeah. And then that's probably why some people were
It was too dark
turned
for
off
people.
by it. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, most people just don't want to look at that aspect of life.
Everyone should though, you know. You
100%.
You can't. It's all not all sunshine and rainbows out there, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and shout out like Jillian. She was Nando's speech therapist when he was way younger, and I should probably go see her. But she takes her kids and everything down to, homeless shelters and all of it, straight into the homeless. Goes and makes sure that she goes, and so the kids go
And
see
see
it.
that. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Like that will be, I mean, A, you want to not have this happen to you, or B, you should have, you shouldn't be just walking past these people acting like they don't
Yeah.
exist.
Izzy would definitely enjoy some philanthropy type stuff. She's all into that. So.
Well, it's cool to be like philanthropy, but to actually be on the ground doing it is a whole nother aspect of it.
Yeah, and that's what I meant by philanthropy. Actually.
Volunteering,
Yeah,
just
volunteering
putting your
physically.
actual time in
Yeah.
and going and doing it. Yeah, because I talk about it, but I don't do it.
Yeah, we should maybe get down. Do they have one here? There's a little soup kitchen. We go
You
serve
could
some
go
soups or
down to the
something?
MRM right now and go to
MRM.
work,
Heck yeah.
where everybody stands out there on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just but it's good to get to know those people. You never know.
Yeah, it would, because I will not lie. When I drive by and I see a big group of people out there, it makes me like, why are they just sitting out there? Why aren't they out doing something? But everyone's got a story, and that's what I would need to stop feeling like that when I see that big group of people, I don't know, maybe it is what I need, but
I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie when I say I walk by and I'm like, oh, I can.
And there's
Don't make a job.
there's a lot of people who are that way,
I know.
and I'm for the mass majority of the time I'm that way. I'm not gonna act like I don't do it. Try to be better every day. You should try to be better.
Yeah, I don't like it definitely grinds my gears when they're just
When you see the
begging for-
same homeless person out there for over a year,
No, it's just begging for money with the signs. That's what gets me.
at least have a creative sign.
I mean, yeah, if your sign says I want weed, then maybe I'm more apt to give you something. But but no, even then, just like anything,
Like that. What
dude.
about that one that's like too ugly to prostitute?
Okay, that's pretty good. It's pretty funny. But at that point, why not go find some wood and whittle it into something and sell that? You know what I mean? Anything but just sitting on the corner with a sign that says anything helps.
Well, then I was like, do you see those guys who were making $100,000 a year doing that? Sitting out there just collecting change.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you're in a big metropolitan city, it probably worked pretty well.
Oh yeah, I mean that's that movie. You ever seen that movie Trading Places?
Mm-mm.
That's an old Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy?
Mm.
They switch. He's all rich, and then Eddie Murphy takes his place. He's fake being a homeless guy.
Mm.
Just scamming on the streets.
Yeah.
It'd be nuts to live over there in like New York, where every day is just a hustle.
Especially living on the streets in New York, that would be crazy.
This time of year,
Oh yeah, it'd be. Speaking of which, a little late. A little late there, Montana on the winter, huh?
yeah.
December 31st, and we get our
Okay.
real.
So last
Not even
Friday,
that much snow.
what was the weather last Friday? We wake up, come over here.
It's decent. right? Yeah, we were outside.
Dude, we went over and hung out with Bamskeez at
Oh,
the
yeah.
station.
Outside.
Literally
Yeah.
outside. Hitting the Fiji. Not a snow, nothing.
Yeah.
And then now. The
Even
roads are completely ice. And
it gets better, dude. This apparently the south side got hit way worse than anywhere else for some reason. Because yeah, the heights ain't this bad.
you got to go downhill. You fighting gravity and it's still better than over here.
Shit, how am I gonna get back?
Take bench.
Oh, that probably is your best option, huh? It gets.
You know, it's hella sad. It happened to me, like trying to hit Maine. I can't remember what vehicle I was in, but I tried to hit Maine and I couldn't get up the hill from that light. So then I had to like roll back and then bail off onto a bench.
Dang.
Yeah, we'll talk about sketchy.
Dang. Yeah, I had someone slide out on that light over here, almost into the intersection when I was
Oh,
trying to go
damn.
through. And then I'm like, please don't actually continue through, because if I stop, I'm gonna be not getting up this little hill I'm trying to get over.
Damn. Like those hills over by Senior.
No.
Man, I was surprised there's not more accidents over there every year.
Seattle, Washington is nuts. They have some like 45-degree slopes in downtown, and like, yeah, if it snows or it's icy, hell no.
Yeah, I think about
dude.
the same thing when it came to like San Francisco.
Yeah, like
Some of those hills, like over by Chinatown, are just stupid. And if you got slick at all, man. And most of those cars that are driving Priuses,
which
Teslas. Are Teslas made to drive in the snow?
no, and they're super heavy because they have the batteries in them. So that thing would slide and it would get so much momentum so fast, dude. It'd be like a rocket heading down those streets.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I guess the Cybertrucks, I guess they're probably designed for the snow. Are they?
No, I saw one that couldn't even get out of a little tiny snow berm, and it was in like a big city, and someone had
Oh,
plowed, and it was
jeez.
probably like maybe a 3-inch little snow drift, but it was probably like really hard packed snow, right? Because it was from a plow, but still, any other truck can get
And
it
those
over
things
that.
weigh a ton. So the likelihood that you're gonna be able to
It was also
push that thing out.
it was also probably someone who has never driven in the snow, and if you know how to properly drive in the snow, you could probably do it better than
I
they
say,
could.
especially for like us, like going up to like with Billy, we went in I think April. We were up on Beartooth Pass. No, Red Lodge actually, because it was too early to go up that way, and we were trying to go farther so we'd go snowmobiling. And I mean, we got me stuck in some snow, literally out there shoveling us out, digging us out. Literally, another truck had to come and get us and like yank us, get us pulled forward. But I mean, you get used to dealing with that stuff around here, then you're good to go when it comes to driving snow.
Right. I was born and raised here, spent time in Wyoming, then went to Alaska, dude. So I've kind of had all sorts of driving in the snow with all types of vehicles.
What's Alaska driving wise? Like, do they take care of the? I mean, sure, they're on top of the roads.
Yeah, but if it snows, dude. Like I remember one time I had a Chrysler 300. It was the rear wheel drive version, and I lived up this super big hill. Couldn't even get up to my house, so I had to park at like an apartment complex lower than mine. But and it was like the farthest you could be away in Juneau, because there's not much road. It's like one part of town it was only probably like 15 miles, but it was as far away as you could go. I was driving one day and it was literally like I was on ice skates just the whole time, just like this. Snow drifts over my car on each side of the highway and just like blizzarding on me. And I'm just. I made it to work though, 4 in the morning. Yeah, it was crazy.
Man, I tell you, I was like, me and the wife, we were in Chico, and then we went to go over to Bozeman just to go have some breakfast. And all of a sudden, we got hit with like the craziest like winter storm. Like it was like just straight blizzarding.
At the top of the pass, right at the top.
Just and then, but we get into Bozeman, and Bozeman is just a sheet of ice as well. But then, and it was like insane in Bozeman. Everybody wanted breakfast. Trying to And then we tried to get headed back, and once you get back over, it was
Nothing.
completely sunshine and cloud, not a cloud in the sky. And then it came back, like, still a little bit. And then even on the way back out, perfect weather.
Weird.
Made absolutely no sense.
It's weird how much just between the heights and here we get different. I got here today, south side, complete sheet of ice underneath the snow. It's still snowing. And in the heights, like, the roads are wet and slick, but not pure ice. I could stop and take off without sliding much at all.
And not that way towards Pryor. Apparently, the roads are terrible.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm glad I'm not having to force myself there today.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's...
Yeah, no, fuck that.
That's a real Jesus take the wheel situation out that way.
Yeah, because those are 2-lane, back in, like, single lane.
And it's hilly.
Small road, hilly, curvy, and then with, like, edges.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no.
Sorry, Annette.
Tires really make a difference, too. And
But even so, I'm like, even out that way, man, there's just nothing. And no service.
Yeah, nah.
You go out that way, you make it, good for you. If you don't, well, we kind of didn't expect you to.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
So, I'm excited though. So we got this ARC thing. We're gonna be getting the footage and everything spliced together. See how that turns out, and then we'll have that one up. What are you thinking?
No DJ on the ARC? Thought we were gonna have DJ with us.
A DJ, we were talking about it last night because me and DJ tried to do it last Monday, getting it all worked out, and we ran into the same server problem.
Okay.
But I was telling him last night that I think we can run it now since we figured out
we just gotta join a random server or rent our own dedicated server.
Which I think
we could. It's like I looked it up. There's a couple sites that are like $3 a month or whatever, but might as well just do this. I think what we're doing adds an element
of caveman.
That and just like we're imposters, right? If we load in and these people are like, who are they? Like, they are gonna try to come and find us. That we get to be the people hiding. It would be kind of cool.
That's also,
Isn't
it bad enough we're trying not to get murdered by dinosaurs? Now we gotta worry about other human beings.
Yeah. It's kind of the reason why you don't do that.
You're like, but I'm in.
But like, it'd be kind of cool.
That's so awesome. I'm in. Let's do it.
We're gonna die every 2 minutes from dinosaurs anyways.
I don't know. The way we were at, whoever's server we were in, where we were just setting up random spots, I think we were onto something. We just need to have random 4 walls around us every couple 100 feet.
And losing the beds was the worst part. That's what screwed us.
Well, I didn't realize that a bird would just keep attacking me for seeds.
Yeah, and inside.
Yeah, I'm inside my house. How's he?
Yeah. Like, dude.
But building once you get better building materials, that's when it'll start to change.
And I'm wondering if we would have actually completed the whole house with a door and walls, if once it's completely sealed in, then when you're inside, animals can't see you. I don't know if that...
Yeah, I was going to say also half the roof wasn't on.
Mm-hmm. And we got to build away from the beach. The beach is a hot spot for...
It really is a hot spot.
So you gotta back up from the beach, because where I was at, when it kicked me way over to the other island, I was in a beautiful spot. I wasn't getting bothered, and it was like up in this nook underneath a like cliff, and I had a nice little house there. I can never find it again once I went looking for feathers, dude.
And I'm over here like, what is this guy's obsession with feathers? Like, I haven't used feathers at all in this game, and this guy is all about feathers.
Because, yeah, you need them for the beds.
That makes way more sense for the bed
the sleeping
itself.
bag, yeah.
Okay.
And that is the most important
No,
part.
the sleeping bag, you just need hide.
No, it's feathers. You had already had so many feathers because you were killing a bunch of the birds, so it didn't phase you.
Yeah, but you don't...
You need feathers for that.
I wonder if it's different on yours than mine, because that just shows mine needing hide. It doesn't show anything about feathers.
Weird.
My
That is
sleeping bag,
weird.
all I needed was hide and fiber, and I can't remember if it needs thatch or not.
Weird.
Yeah.
We'll have to check because that was my problem. Because the sleeping bag is crucial. So that way, when you die, you respawn at your sleeping bag, and then you can actually get moving, get a life going.
Yeah, but almost love the aspect that you would. I mean, that's how civilizations were created, just dying over and over and over again until a couple people made it. If you honestly think about it, I bet there's so many human beings that are just falling off of cliffs and just drowned, eaten, just
Hey,
a slight disease over and over and over and over again. And then we got a Tesla.
now we got Tesla. Well, dude, I mean, I was hearing some fun facts.
How many people died in the Great Wall of China? They just threw them bodies in and that was your whole existence. I was part of a wall.
Get this. How many people died before we realized we needed stoplights and crosswalks? For real, like when cars came out, people were dying left and right, getting hit by cars, and then they're like,
And think
"Oh,
about how
we probably
slow
need to do
cars were
something."
moving then.
No,
That's 100%.
Just get out of the way, guy. Just do a little dive to the side. Oh, they didn't want to ruin their copper suits.
They must have been just paralyzed in fear. What is that? It's a moving dragon.
A moving steam dragon.
Look at this. Really, I can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah, now that you mention that, I can't.
What vehicle was flying by? I would make more sense if you got trampled by a horse back then.
You've
That would have more horsepower than the vehicles.
You remember the scene from Year One when the
They're
first
on the
the first time they get on the cart and they're like, whoa, can you slow this thing down? And they're just like, they're going like maybe a half a mile an hour.
The dude's walking faster beside him.
Such a good scene, but I'm
yeah.
sure that's how it felt being someone, right, getting behind a wheel of one of those cars. You hit the throttle and just, oh my god, how do we stop this thing?
So we're on about halfway in here. So I wanted to, just because after we get done with ours, you guys, anybody who's listening in Billings anyway, should go on the Bamskeez Show and go check it out.
Yeah, big shout out to the Bamskeez Show and DJ Crazy for having us on Friday. That was so cool.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. That was awesome. They had some stuff going on, and he just reached out and said, "Hey, what are you guys up to?" We said, "Nothing. We'll come hang out."
Yeah.
We go hang out. Next thing you know, he hands us headphones and mics and says, "Go."
Yeah, I picked up the headphones because they were on the seat, and then I sat down, and then he hands me a mic, and I'm like, oh, shit, are we doing this? I was ready, dude.
And this is what I mean, you can really manifest anything you really, really have your heart and soul into a little bit, because spur of the moment thing, and I was like, even before I left, I told Curtis, I was like, it's gonna be crazy when we get down there, and he's like, hey, you guys want to be on the radio? And you're like, no, and Curtis was supposed to just go get a gallon of milk and go.
Yeah. It was kind of funny because they understood. My dad was heading over to his buddy's house, so my dad ended up calling my mom. Curtis on the radio. Like, oh, I gotta listen. But by the time she actually answered, we were off already.
Darn it.
It's pretty funny though. Yeah, my dad was at his buddy's house and he's like, hey, we gotta go listen to the radio. My son's on the radio right now.
That was sick.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is cool as hell. I mean, talk about a Christmas present then.
Right? Yeah. And then his birthday is this Friday, so regardless, we at least got to go stop down there and say what's up.
Facts.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Go kick his door
Happy
down.
birthday soon, Doyle. We know you're listening.
No, I'm talking Tim.
Oh.
Tim's birthday is on Friday.
Oh, we already knew that.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about your dad. I was like, damn, that's cool.
So then I'm saying that's why we got to go in there and at least go say what up to him
Oh, facts.
on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. We'll see about this Chuck E. Cheese deal.
Yeah, he was just talking today on the radio that he didn't know where his birthday party was going to be. So,
I'm like, how you gonna forget
like,
already,
come on,
bro?
man. Come on, Chuck E. Cheese, bro.
Come on, it's going down. Tell the people.
Literally, if 30 adults just showed up to Chuck E. Cheese, I think they'd probably be like, that's fine. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, they serve alcohol.
Really?
Yeah, if you're willing to spend $6 a beer.
Is it just beer?
I think so.
Okay, so they don't have
It's
a
not-
full. Yeah, they
yeah.
don't have a full liquor license. I was like, how does Chuck E. Cheese still holding a liquor license? But that makes sense.
It's like Chucky's still holding it down.
Chucky's definitely holding it down, dude. When you
Do you think what would take Chuck E. Cheese, like, what eventually takes over? Because we have Dave and Buster's, but it's not. I mean, that's strictly like adult thing. There isn't really a Chuck E. Cheese thing for kids.
Yeah.
Caco Joe's in the mall now. They got
Yeah,
Pizza
the-
Ranch.
The little arcades, yeah, but even then, though an arcade does not compare to Chuck E. Cheese for me because that giant run around space, is
Back in the day when they had the
yeah.
Geyser Park, I think gave it a run for its money.
Yeah. Yeah, because it had the go-karts and the golf. Yeah.
And nothing beat the go-karts back in the day, except for maybe that water shooter one. But it rarely was ever usable.
Yeah. I really wish they would turn the Costco into a go-kart track.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
I wish
don't
I
see
would have
why
won
they
that
couldn't.
1.2 billion.
Hold on, I gotta look. DJ's looking up Forrest Gump facts, and I'm in.
Forrest Gump has aged incredibly poorly. Well,
Why?
yeah, because with the modern switch of society being all cancel culture, of course they're going to go back to Forrest Gump and be like, oh, yeah, this was kind of an offensive movie.
That's crazy to be like, yeah, no, that Forrest Gump doesn't still hold up.
Yeah, come on.
Crazy. Pulp Fiction, another classic.
It's
They,
just like
in,
Tropic Thunder. When Joe Rogan asked RDJ, you think you could do it today? He's like, oh, you could do it. He's like, there was no way for it not to be a nightmare offense of a movie, but I was going to do it.
That's the thing, if you double down on it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day,
comedy. That's what they were going for.
well, I know if you essentially you pull back the layers of it, you know what I mean? Eventually you get down to where, what are you really mad about? It's really just a freedom of expression thing. It didn't
Yeah.
actually hurt anybody.
Yeah.
And if anything, and if you actually listen to what he's portraying a very proud, strong black man. He's not doing anything derogatory.
Yeah,
But if you break it all down to its thing, though, it's a whole different thing when you got like Justin Trudeau, who's running Canada, blackfacing it up. We got an issue.
Yeah. But RDJ playing a comedic role?
And like I was saying, he was playing a powerfully, like a real black man.
Mm-hmm. His character in the movie was playing a character in a movie. So it was like, it's accentuated acting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's RDJ. Give him a break. I bet you, honestly, though, if it was anybody other than Robert Downey Jr.
No,
and he didn't become Iron Man,
I think there's plenty of people who could
Yeah.
pull that off.
sure.
He definitely, and he did get a lot of flack for it. I mean, he just was able to walk through it pretty gracefully.
Mm-hmm. It's RDJ, dude.
I
He's-
mean,
he's one of
yeah,
my
I was like,
favorite
he's already
actors.
was all spun out on cocaine and booze. He's like, I still think it's uphill from here.
Yeah. That is a good story though when you can see someone have success after a rough patch like that.
And I mean, there's some people who never it's just one bad patch after one bad patch, and then it ends up being their whole life, unfortunately.
Yeah, some people just can't undig that grave sometimes. Yeah. Absolutely, that's true.
Yeah,
Ain't
not
that
unless
the
you're
truth?
able to stop and, like, what am I digging this hole for?
Yeah, and even dude, like man, even like interventions that doesn't always work. Sometimes it will, but it takes people, I think, to have something dramatic happen to them for them to get out of it. And maybe that dramatic thing is their intervention. When all their family sits down, that's traumatic for them and traumatic enough to make them be like, damn, what am I doing?
Oh,
But
100%.
I do have, I think were you the one who said there's that addictive personality is not actually a thing? Yeah, I was gonna say, because I've always said I've had an addictive personality.
But it becomes one of those things. You just have to look at the aspect of what you're actually doing and why you keep going back to it. There's a more of a psychology to it than being an addictive personality. Some of those things, like I think Jordan Peterson put it the best. You have to find something better than that thing that you kept going back to. So people who like I think if you go into something, you go all into something.
Yeah, that's definitely, and I know that 100%, like with the games that I play right now is the best I've ever been at switching games. Usually I play one game, it's the only game I play for like 2 months straight, and then I won't play it again, play something else. Right now I've been playing Madden, Sledders, did a little bit of Remnant last night with my brother, and then Medieval Dynasty with EJ, and then we did Ark. So I got 5 games that I'm playing right now. That is unheard of for me.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's just like maybe one a night. Like me and EJ haven't done Medieval Dynasty for
That
2
works
nights.
out pretty good if you're able to do a game a night. If you had to play all those games, yeah, you'd be like,
Yeah. Well, in Remnant I probably won't play too much more because we beat the game.
nice.
But that game is so crazy that my brother has beat the game 3 or 4 times, and it's a different storyline every time, kind of, sort of.
Yeah,
Yep.
just like Nier, you have to beat that game 4 times in order to see every.
And to
I beat,
unlock everything.
yeah, I beat it twice, and I'm like, it changes the storyline enough where it keeps it exciting, but then you're like, I don't know if I'm ready to go through this heartache and torture again. It's really like heart-wrenching of a game.
Yeah, that's kind of how Remnant is too. The storyline's really good, but I was like, I don't know if I could do it 2 or 3 times.
It's hurting me too much.
Yeah, it's just, but it is insane the secrets that are in that game. Last night, we went back to like one of the first spots that we ever went to because my brother had made a necklace that you have to get 3 different pieces of that necklace. So each of your playthroughs, you may or may not get a piece of it. So this is like a really special amulet. We get it. We found out we have to wear it while we're in the forest. You find a wall painting that looks like the amulet. You walk up to it and the floor opens.
Whoa.
And then there's a secret down there. And then there's another one that there's a door you can't get into unless you are wearing the specific armor set, all 4 specific rings, specific amulet. You have to have specific archetypes, which is like your powers. So you have to have everything has to be a specific build for you to get into that door.
So does he find out this stuff just through playing the game, or does he like there's some stuff online he was like, okay, I gotta find it?
Yeah, he has had to look up a couple things, and one thing he's trying to do right now, which is what led him to that door, is there is 16 cubes in the labyrinth, and you have to go find the first one, shoot it, find the second one, shoot it, find the third one, shoot it, and if you die, you got to start all the way over again. So, and a lot of these are in like really weird places where you got to like drop off a ledge, climb underneath something, drop down, like a lot of secret areas. So he did have to research how to get into that door, because I think it's number 12. Cube number 12 is in that corrupted door, and we've had no idea how to get in there, so he did have to look that up, and that's when he found out
Whoa.
specific armor, specific rings, specific necklace, specific perks, specific upgrades of those perks. Like, it's to the T. To find out how to get in there, the guy had to go into the code and bot mine it. Meaning go into the code and just input every single thing until it finally said yes, yes, yes. So like he literally had to sit there and bot mine code to find out how to get through that door. The guy who figured this out online. So it's like, never would have figured that out on your own.
Yeah, and then think about that guy who is so, he's like, there's something here and I will find it.
Mm-hmm.
It's always fascinating to hear somebody's mind that works like that.
Because what he does is he goes into the code, creates basically a random generator so that it will randomly generate. Because there's like 160 different rings. So you have to find 4 rings out of 160 different fucking rings that'll get you through that door. It's so insane, dude.
And somebody's mind works
Yep.
like that.
Somebody's just like, okay, if I go into the code and I start inputting numbers, eventually it'll say, yeah, like I'll get a check mark when I get all of the things filled out correctly.
100%.
He's like, instead of doing it in game, I'm just going to do it in the code.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's so fascinating to see people's minds who literally just work in code. They all they see is code.
If you're a developer, I'm pretty sure your brain starts working like that, right? Because when we played Grand Theft Auto Roleplay, we were part of the admin team of the city, so we worked closely with the dev team, and literally watching his screen, and it's just like a jumble of numbers and parentheses and all this, and he's just like, okay, oh yeah, I see where that should not be here. This needs to be all moved up here. So yeah, I bet you his mind just sees things in a whole different way.
Oh, 100%. I look at it as, I mean, people like argue evolution or whatever. I was like, these are just people who, I mean, it's in their genes almost, like to write these codes and everything. Like you get a basic idea from something being taught to you, but there's something that unlocks in somebody's brain where it's just like, oh, there it is. There's the path.
I really wish my brother would have stuck with game programming, but like we've talked about this before, it would have ruined games for him, I think, if he would have stuck with it. But
No, and
open, so
your brother is like kind of like myself. I think he's like half roughneck, and then the other half is pretty nerdy. So it's hard to find that dynamic because he doesn't quite fit in with, doing zeros and ones all day long.
it's so funny that his girlfriend talks about this. She's like, yeah, when I grabbed him in the bar, I was like, he doesn't look nerdy. And then we get back to his house, and I realize he's one of the nerdiest. Or I think it was a couple weeks later, maybe, when she realized. But
He might be one of the biggest nerds.
One of the biggest nerds, yeah.
But he's like one of the most well-rounded nerds that you could ever meet on the planet.
Yeah, because he'll build you a fucking cabinet that looks beautiful. Or
He'll build you a cabinet. He'll build you a house. He'll real wire your electric. He'll make you a butcher block.
Yeah.
He'll give you the shirt off his back. And then he'll
take you
also
snowmobiling.
sit down and he'll watch you some anime with you
Yeah.
over a bowl of
Hell
chips
yeah.
and some chili.
And he'll mix up with the meanest
Oof.
5-layer dip too.
Oh, you already know. Go in on it.
I'll tell you what.
Tonight he sounds like he's doing
Yeah.
he's getting after it for New Year's.
Yep, I got the kids, which sucks. I'm taking. It sucks that they are having a party and the kids are going to be there. Is what I meant by that.
Oh,
Yeah.
but at the same time, that's exciting.
Yeah, and it's better because the ex-wife is going to more of a smoker's party. So I'd rather have the kids over at the house where everyone's just drinking a little bit and
Yeah.
not sitting there.
And at the end of the
Cheesing.
day, I was like, well, think about it. Like, where would your kids most likely be if it was New Year's? They're going to be with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's-
So it's kind of like you're just ringing it how it's supposed to be ringing.
Yeah, I'm excited to do the ball drop and everything with them. We're gonna watch last year's ball drop. We're gonna do it at like 8 o'clock for the kids, so I can take them to bed. Hope you're not watching right now, kids.
That's so awesome. I mean, Nando's got no problem making it to midnight. You think Logan can make it?
Izzy could.
100% Izzy can.
Yeah.
You think Logan can make it?
If he napped, 100%, but no, if not. Like, dude, the other night, that would have been Sunday night. Izzy, like, dude, I went and put Logan to bed, and of course I let him stay up a little bit later than normal because they don't have school, but I put Logan to bed, and usually Izzy will be up for another hour or hour and a half. No, I put her to bed shortly after because she was so tired. She was being so mean. I was just like, dude, you're tired. No, I'm not. I'm like, I'm just trying to explain to you that that's probably why you're having troubles or controlling your emotions right now is because you're so tired. Okay. Talk to you later. Good talk.
You should just go over there and just grab her, pick her up, carry her to her bed, and say goodnight.
I had to
Shut the door.
I
Walk
had to
away.
steal the remote from her and turn her YouTube off, and that's what pissed her off even more.
Oh yeah, you
And
just
then-
snapped her out of her crack binge.
Well, dude, and then I grabbed the remote, right? And I was like, we talked a little bit, and I was literally going to take her the remote, and then she said something else, just talking back for no reason. I'm just like, dude, I'm literally right here with the remote. No, put the remote down. You don't get it now. We'll go to bed.
Facts.
Yeah.
And it's so awesome when that's got to be super tough because you're doing two households. And so they're there, they get used to a certain dynamic, and then they come home and they get a different dynamic. And so that's always tough. And I ran into that with Nando's mom for, like Nando just got a cell phone. And as an 11-year-old, I mean, I didn't have my first cell phone until I was 16. But then there's also 7-year-olds who have cell phones. So I'm like, is this worth the fight? But ultimately, at the end of the day, I was like, not even worth the fight.
Izzy asked Santa for a cell phone this year. She's 5. I'm like, no. One of her friends got one for her birthday, her 5th birthday. So now she's been asking for a phone. But guess what?
A 5-year-old got a cell phone?
Or no, excuse me, 8. Izzy's 8. So
Yeah,
it was 8. Yeah, she was an 8.
But still, okay.
But yeah, even then, way too early. Guess what happened to that phone? It got lost somewhere. Like 2 weeks after she had it. So yeah, Izzy, no, I'm not getting you a phone.
Yeah, because like Nando's mom just got him an iPhone, and I've seen him drop it already like 20 times. So I was like, it's just taking its beating. And you know what? It's just like it's one of those things.
Yeah,
And
live and learn.
but it's cool when they are going to grow up and they're going to have so much of you and so much of her that they're going to have two different ways of tackling problems.
There you go. I just wish my other half was good at tackling problems.
She's definitely the funny thing when I see
The
the
other
two
half.
dynamics with you guys, she just does it. Where you contemplate things,
I definitely overthink way too much.
where
Yeah.
she just does it. And where that could be super helpful. If you're in a fight or flight situation, if somebody just is doing it, well, the movement's been made. If it's, you're constantly sitting there thinking, well, and it kind of made me think about this with watching all of The Last of Us.
I still haven't seen that series either.
Oh man, I just cracked out on it, watched all of it, and basically it was either a day or 2 days, but he's just there with his daughter out there in the, trying to survive post-apocalypse. I mean, can you imagine if you're in that situation? Say Nikki's just going completely, and then you're in charge full-time, making sure that you just got to keep your daughter alive, and everything is trying to kill both of you.
Yeah, that's obviously changes the dynamic. I'm like you said, I never thought about it like that, and I do like when someone shows a perspective that I've never thought about, is the having two ways to tackle a problem because you've grown up in two different households. It's like, dang.
I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that it's the way things should be.
No.
I'm just saying that it is a.
And depending on which one you choose, right? Which household you choose, it could make or break a situation 100%.
Because I mean, I've seen it on the opposite end where dads have, brought their kids up to be straight killers. And do we need a bunch of killers running around? No, not really.
Not really.
So when you have, I mean, it's just another aspect, the way of, everybody always thinks that we got to figure it out all the time. And then if you take a step back and be like, okay, there is multiple ways to solve this problem.
Mm-hmm. And that's one thing about perspective, right? Is me growing up, I thought my parents always had their shit together. And it was just that by the time I started having memories that I was retaining, they had their shit together. But like when my brother was born, no.
And that's the thing. It's not even so much that they had their shit together. Because I guarantee
it's term of phrase, really, but
it looked like they had their shit together.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because we were struggling.
Even now, I know. Look at even like people we've met doing the wing videos. You look at them and you're like, damn, these guys are ultra successful in what they're doing. And then you're like, oh, you guys don't have anything figured out. You guys are still in the same boat asking am I a good parent? Or if I, is this the right move? If I'm putting all this effort into something and to have the thing blow up in my face, like, or I'm going to look to invest $45 million in a, Top Shot, or, golf.
Yeah.
You got like those type of, and you're like, wow, okay. There's a lot of different thoughts out here.
My dad had a chance to buy Bitcoin when it was at $300.
Now it's probably $70,000.
He was telling us a story, right? When it was like kind of first coming out, it's about $300. Him and his coworkers were talking about it. He was going to put $15K into it. We did the math. He would have had like 2.5 million or something right now.
It's hilarious. My mom told my dad to invest in Apple before Apple was even like
huge. Damn.
Or Google, one of the two of them, and he didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
She's kicked him for a while over that decision.
Damn. Yeah, same thing. My dad had a couple. I guess he had a couple bad investments, right? Where he kind of like banked everything they had on it, and they didn't work out as lucrative as they had hoped. So I think that's what made him hesitant when it came to that. He had another situation where when he worked out at the mine, he could have traded his 401k over for mine stock when it was super low, but they thought the mine was going to shut down, so he didn't. And then if he would have sold when the shares went back up, he would have made a quick 1.5 mil. So same thing. He's just like, yeah, I thought they were going to close the mine, and then I would have lost all of that and not had any money. And I was like, I don't blame you at all.
And now you're in that situation where if you would have, like, it just happens the way it was supposed to happen.
Because if my dad would have made $1 million when
your dad going fast,
when he was working out at that mine, life would be different. We'd be living in Big Sky, and I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't be.
Your dad would. I was gonna say at the end of the day, your dad would never want to live in Big Sky. He did grow up in Phillipsburg.
I was gonna say he'd probably go anywhere just that you could snowmobile right out of the house.
Phillipsburg, but he'd probably be the mayor of Phillipsburg.
Hey, dude, he'd probably
opened his own mine, and you guys would be all miners.
Dude,
your brother would never be a lineman. Never met Kaylee. He would just be a
life would be completely
miners.
Different. But
you guys would be. I guarantee you guys would have just been miners.
My uncle owns a mine.
Exactly.
No, like right now. Like.
Well, I know. That's what I'm saying. I thought about it a few times, being like, I'm jumping ship. I'm gonna go be a miner. I was born to dig in the dirt.
As soon as they get that mine ready to go, I'd go up and maybe work, check it out. Go dig some silver, I think is what they're mining out of there.
That's cool.
Silver's up right now, yeah.
Well, even so, I mean,
Go check it out.
They're probably getting after it hard though. Or
No,
are they actually just,
It's just my uncle and my cousin that are and then my brother and dad have gone up and helped a couple times, but it's slow work because right now the mine was caved in, so I think they got in a little ways and then found it went down and one goes up, and then they got in there a little ways to like see kind of what's going on, and it looks like it was just caved in the beginning. The rest of it looks pretty decent, I thought is what they were saying. So
that would be dope.
yep, hopefully there's still some silver in there. We have no idea, but
How could you?
yeah.
I was like, it always makes you wonder, like, what happened back then that it caved in.
It's just, I mean,
Like, would technology now have
yeah,
saved that mine?
Oh, 100%, 100%. Because that was before they
Or
were.
do you think it's possible that they found the Battle Rock?
Oh, and then they collapsed it on purpose.
Just throwing it out there.
All right, hey, Uncle, when you're down there, don't open any boxes or any sarcophagus-looking things.
But damn it, get on YouTube and like and share and
But like,
subscribe.
share, and subscribe, and all these wonderful things. That's what you need to be doing with your time. Don't go mining.
Everybody needs to be doing. Let's get on it. Let's get us going again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get us rolling.
So we are about wrapped up here for today. So what do we got going on? We'll be off and be back on Thursday.
Yeah, off for the new
It is
Year's.
Tuesday, right?
It is Tuesday.
Yeah. So we were back on. Yeah, we were back on
Thursday.
It'll be 2025, everyone.
Dang, we'll see you guys next year.
So seriously, take care of yourselves tonight. Be safe out there. Don't be
Yes.
lunatics. The weather
Ubers.
tells you to be.
Yeah, Ubers and rides home from a DD, please.
Yeah.
If I have any friends out there that are drunk and need a ride home, call me because I am not drinking. So I can be that DD if someone needs
I'm
it.
not even gonna drink, but I'm just gonna call Curtis so he can drive me around town.
Hey, get me away from the kids. Nice.
Hey, but until then, everybody, we are out.
Bye.